If you want to know why as an artist or non-artist you should know about color theory, then this is the video for you. Hi, I'm Shruti and this is my YouTube channel, and if you have not already subscribed to this channel, definitely go and subscribe. And today we'll be talking about color theory. First of all, color theory is not that difficult and boring as it sounds, but definitely if you know about it and imply it in your day-to-day life, it will be beneficial for you. Humans are trichromats, which means that humans can see three colors, which is red, blue and green. I'm sure in school or somewhere you must have heard about primary colors. So basically primary colors are red, blue and yellow. What this means is that you can't actually make red, blue or yellow. They are like the building blocks of all the fundamental colors like orange, green, etc. Secondly, we have secondary colors, which are made by mixing two primary colors like red and blue give violet, red and yellow give orange, and blue and yellow give green. Okay, so next we have tertiary colors, which are made by mixing one primary color and one secondary color together. For example, orange plus red gives orange red, green plus blue gives bluish green, and so on. Okay, so now let's talk about characteristics that define colors. First of all, we have hue, which is the easiest one to remember because hue basically means color. Colors like red, blue, green, yellow, purple, violet, etc. Next up, I guess you must have heard this word a lot, which is saturation. Saturation basically means that how bright a color appears. High saturation means how bright the color is, while desaturation on the other hand means how dull the color is or how washed out it appears. Shade means a hue, which is a color, plus black. Basically, when you add a certain amount of black into a color, it becomes the shade of that original color. Tint. It is just like shade, but instead of black, you add white. And after adding white, how light it becomes compared to the original color is the tint. Next is tone. Tone means the hue or color plus gray. Next up we have temperatures. Basically you must have heard a lot of artists say cool colors, warm colors. Basically colors like red, yellow, orange, Indian yellow and all those families are called warm colors because they appear bright. Next up we have cool colors. They include greens, blues and all those type of colors like peacock green, Persian blue, etc. They appear mysterious, calming. Basically, these are tried and tested formulas used by artists from thousands of years. But these are just here to guide you, and these are just mere starting points so that you don't get lost. Next, we have color schemes or color harmony. First of all, we have monochromatic. It is the easiest one to remember. Basically, you take one hue and add grey, black or white to that same color to make different shades or tones or tints of that color. And the advantage of this color scheme is that these are guaranteed to match and you can never go wrong with them. Next up we have complementary colors. These colors sit across each other on the color wheel. For example, red and green, purple and yellow, etc. These complementary colors when you use in your paintings create great contrast. Next up we have analogous color scheme. These are 2 to 4 colors lying next to each other on the color wheel. For example, reds and oranges. Next up we have triadic color scheme. 3 colors that are evenly placed in the color wheel are known as triadic colors. They are pretty striking and can give a great impact. Next we have split complementary color scheme. A base color and 2 other colors that are adjacent to its complementary color. Square color scheme. 4 complementary colors that are placed evenly throughout the color wheel. I know I have loaded you with like a ton of information right now, and to be honest, I really don't remember most of it myself. Even you don't have to remember them. These are just mere starting points, and in art you have no rules. Theory can help you in many ways, like when you're choosing a greeting card which has like good colors that go with each other, or when you're decorating your own house, or selecting clothes for yourself, or just buying a lip shade, or basically makeup is face paint. So next on we move to do's and don'ts of color theory. So, have you ever seen that when two colors are placed next to each other, they seem to vibrate and kind of like hurt your eyes, and you feel like going blind for some time, so that you don't have to look at those two colors together? So the solution is to tone it down, like tone down one or two colors, or just like increase or decrease the saturation of some other color placed next to it, and see how it works out. And if it is not vibrating anymore, it means you have created your color harmony over there, and it's the right one. Next, I would like to talk about balance. Sometimes I've seen some people just like to wear colors all over and look like a rainbow, which is not wrong, but I don't know, it looks weird. I don't know, it's just that I can't look at them. It's just that it doesn't look good to me. If you're wearing a bright pink top, I guess you should definitely wear like a black jeans or like a black jacket to tone it down, or I don't know, wear whatever you feel like, to be honest. I don't judge. So next up, I would like to tell you how colors send messages. So you'll see red color is used to symbolize anger, love, and all those kind of intense emotions. White color is used for peace and calmness. All different colors show different emotions, and you can use two colors, place them together and create a new emotion. I don't know, whatever you're feeling like, you can do. Next up, I would like to tell you how you can find color schemes. Basically, color schemes can be found anywhere, and the best resource is nature. When you go to a garden, you just don't see green. There is the green, then there is the blue sky, then there are red flowers or yellow flowers. You can see that how all these colors together create one color scheme, and to be honest, there will be more than 1,000 colors that you can see. So in the same way, if you like pick out the major colors that you can see and place them together and see if it is looking good, you can pick that color scheme and use it. You can also find color schemes online. There are many websites which give you ready-made 4 or 5 color schemes palette. You can take inspiration from there, and to be honest, this is not cheating. You can take inspiration from anywhere you feel like. Like, I've heard some people say that,
oh my god, you're taking inspiration from here, you're taking it online, so you're cheating, you're not a real artist.
no, you can take inspiration from anywhere, and tell them that if they feel you're cheating, they can go and just drown. That's it. Like this video, and also if you don't like this video, dislike this video, and then write a comment that why did you dislike this video. I mean, if you just dislike the video and don't tell me what you disliked, how will I know, right? Or maybe if you're very kind, like this video, and if you didn't like it, you comment down below. But even though you didn't like it, you still liked it on YouTube or whatever, if you're kind enough, which I guess you are. So thank you and have a nice day. Bye. Hi everyone, I'm Shruti, and
yeah, 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 yeah.